you have actually had an opportunity to interact with a lot of people, right? And a lot of powerful and influential leaders across the world, including the likes of Paul Kagame, who I believe is your friend, and also Barack Obama, right? And you're also trying to build a network of young leaders who will address Africa's pressing problems. And what are some of the things that you learned from these individuals you interacted with that you think the leaders you're trying to build should embody some of these values that these leaders exert?
Yeah, first of all, I think it's important to realize that no leader is perfect. Every leader has things that they're good at, things that they can do better. And so I try to look at the good sides of all the people that I meet and see what can I learn from them, right? And then, you know, we try to instill some of these learnings into the young leaders we're developing in the African Leadership Group. If you look at someone like President Kagame, what you see in him is someone who is extremely good at executing things, gets things done, right? Africa's got a lot of talkers, not very few doers, and he's a doer. If you look at what has happened in Rwanda, he's done a lot of things to change his country in tremendous ways. I also see someone who has very high standards, high levels of excellence. He expects a lot from people. He demands excellence. He holds people accountable for performance. He doesn't tolerate things like corruption. And these are the traits that we need in our leaders in Africa, right?
Yeah.
we want, and he sees himself as someone who, he sees leadership as an opportunity to serve. Last year I interviewed him and I asked him to complete the sentence, leadership is, and he said, an opportunity to serve, right? And I think that really captures what he's trying to do. He's trying to make Rwanda great. He's not trying to make himself great, right? And he's trying to serve the people of Rwanda so that they can have better access to healthcare and education and infrastructure, all the things that you see he's really dedicated to. So I think those are all very important things that we can learn about leadership. And he's also very innovative. He thinks differently. He reimagines things. He's entrepreneurial. He allows a lot of young people to. He gives young people opportunities, and these are all things that he believes in women. If you look at 60% of the parliament in Rwanda is women, so a lot of things that I think we can learn from someone like him. I look at Barack Obama, and he's been someone who has been able to mobilize a lot of young people into movements and he's been able to try to bring people together across different divides. In the U.S., I think when he was president, he tried to unite the country a lot more than, for example, his successor Donald Trump, right? He's also someone who cared a lot about Africa, right? I think he also embodies good character. I mean, he's one of the few U.S. presidents that went through his whole term without a scandal, right? So, like I said, there are many things you can learn from different leaders. You look at Jeff Bezos, and he's tremendously innovative, and he's got very innovative ways to think about culture and how do you scale organizations by experimenting and testing things and always having the mindset of it's day one. You haven't mastered anything. You need to keep learning and changing and innovating, right? So, I try to learn from all these different leaders, and I'm still learning. I'm still a student of leadership. I'm not perfect in any way myself. I'm constantly trying to improve myself, and I read a lot, and I try to interview people when I can, just listen and learn, and hopefully keep getting better.